Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Charlie and I make handmade polymer clay earrings and accessories for my shop called Charrings. Today we're going to be talking about social media. If you haven't got social media for your small business, you definitely need it in this day and age. In my opinion, how else can you grow your business realistically? Now, I have done a video on my page already on growing your social media, but I wanted to do a video on specifically starting social media, where to begin, what to do. So some things I won't touch on because I've touched on them on another video. So if you want to check that out, it'll be like up here, I think, and it'll be at the end of the video. So if you want to see that one after, you're more than welcome to. Now, one thing I will say is I see us as friends, okay? Friends match. So I think you should go to charrings.com and get yourself a matching mug with me. This one's my Charrings one. We do have earring lover and some other ones as well. So if you want to grab one, go for it. Don't have to though. Anyway, I've got a cup of tea, so I thought we could sit down, have a little yap. Got a little entertainment part here. If you just want to watch a cat be weird for however long this video is, I'm sure it'll entertain you. Right, so some people say, like, I've got the business bit down, I just don't know what to do about social media. And I understand that, like, it can be daunting. Luckily for me, I was actually on social media doing makeup and stuff before, so I kind of brought everything that I learned from that into my business. So I kind of had a bit of experience with it already. And one thing I will say is you want to figure out what your vibe is on your social media. Whatever platform you're on, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, do you want to be like relatable and chatty? Do you want to be more genuine and show your real personality? Do you want to be more aesthetic and be pleasing to the eye? I don't know, there's so many different things that you can go for. For me, I just try to be real, genuine, show the good and bad of everything. That's how I can stay consistent, because that's just how I am. I can't show you this aesthetic vibe, and I love to watch small business YouTubers that are like that with the aesthetic, and I'm like, how is everything so perfect? But it's not. They just don't show that side of things. But I personally like to show if the business is struggling, if the business is thriving, what I've done to improve. I just like to show all aspects of it. It's just how I am. I can't always fake it or try and be like a certain aesthetic. It's just not for me. So I think figuring out what you kind of want to do is quite a good way to start. And then you can kind of just go from there. Picking a platform, I did kind of touch base on that in my other video, but picking a platform that's right for you is good as well. It all depends on your time. Have you got loads of time to put into social media, or have you got minimal time? For me, I don't have as much time now as I used to because I'm pregnant and it takes up a lot of my life at the moment. So social media, some platforms have had to take a little bit of a step back. I had 3 weeks off of YouTube, which I was actually really sad about. So I'm currently trying to build up some videos and try and stay consistent on here, because this platform is my most important one, I think. So I really need to make sure I'm putting the focus into it and keep myself motivated with YouTube. Consistency is key. So knowing what platform or platforms you want to do is really important, because I think being consistent is the most important thing possible when being on social media. The three that I use is YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. Now, you want to kind of know as well if you want to do short form or long form content. I prefer long form because you get to know me better. I can be myself. It doesn't involve loads of editing. I personally enjoy making YouTube videos more. TikToks, I am probably also most consistent on. I would say Instagram's the one I'm least consistent on. TikTok for short form content, this one for long form. So with TikToks, a lot of people always say to me like they don't know what to post or how to make videos, how to edit. I'm gonna go through how I edit videos. I think it might be really useful for some people, and I don't think a lot of people know where to start or what to do. So let's talk about the content you're gonna do first. So for short form content, I personally think if you're running a small business, is your stuff handmade? Because if it is, show the process. I always show the process of making my earrings. I think people enjoy it. It's interesting to see behind the scenes. And I think people really appreciate your work more, seeing how much effort goes behind it. And a lot of people don't know how you make these things. So them being able to see that makes them really fascinated and interested. So I think doing videos where you're showing the process of making your products is always very interesting. And you can do lots of these videos if you have lots of different products that you sell, because you can do a bit of everything really. You can use trending sounds on videos, things like that. You can do packing order videos. So if you're packing up an order, just film it. You might as well. It's extra content at the end of the day. You can do it so that it's just ASMR. So you're just, oh, that's a bit bright, isn't it? You could do it ASMR, so it's just the sounds of the video. You don't need to talk or do anything. You could also do it where you do a voiceover, so you could film it, put a bit of a song on the background, do a voiceover, talk through what you're doing, what you're packing. Right, that's well annoying now. So there's loads of different videos you can do for short form content. The part that's probably most difficult is editing it, knowing when to upload it. Do I do hashtags? What should our title be? Do I put text on the screen? It's all completely up to you. Trial and error is always good. Try and put some videos with text on the screen. Try and do some without. You might notice what does better for you. It kind of depends on what content you create as well. I'm gonna go through how to edit a video. Now, what I personally do is film all my videos on my phone. So if I'm making a pair of earrings, I will set my phone up on a tripod or on this phone holder like this. I'll set it up and I'll just film everything I'm doing, and then I'll deal with the editing and the video later. So you don't need to worry about it all at once because it gets overwhelming. So just film everything you're doing, chill on the sofa in the evening, get up CapCut. That's what I use. I do pay for it because I like to use all the features. Get yourself CapCut, and I'm gonna just show you how I edit the video. I'll screen record so you can see what I'm doing. So you want to go to CapCut, edit, new project. Now you want to upload all the videos that you're going to use in this one video. So for example, I have made some custom earrings here. So I'm going to just click every single one and add it. So now you can see all of the videos that I've created. It's very imperfect, but now we can edit it down to make it perfect. So for this one in particular, I'm going to do a voiceover. So I'm going to mute the sound on it, the whole thing. So you can just mute it all. You don't need to worry about the sound. And then click on the first video. This is such a hack in my opinion. This is what I like to do. Go across to adjust, and there will be an auto adjust. Now this is if you pay for CapCut, but if you click auto adjust, you can see that it brightens it. It sorts the colors out so they're correct. And then you can just apply to all, and every single video has got that same filter on, which isn't really a filter, it just enhances the color, makes it brighter, makes it look more professional. And then you just want to go through, so you can see here I only want that small clip, so I want to split it, delete the part I don't want, and basically do that all the way through. So I ended up not using this, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then you can see that I'm showing it there. So then it looks like this. So we've got that, then I'm showing it there of me overlapping them. Then I can split it because now I'm just grabbing something. Now I want to split it again so I can get a shot of the rolling pin. Split it there. Depends how much you want to show, but now I can show this off now like this. And let me just show you from the beginning so you can see where we're at. So now you can see the beginning, me rolling out the clay, me overlapping it, then I get the rolling pin and I roll it, and you can see the outcome from the blending. So you can just see the process. That's 10 seconds worth of clips. So after you've edited your video, you want to export it. Then it's saved on your phone. So just upload it to TikTok, and then you can either do a voiceover through TikTok or you can add a sound on it, whatever is best for you. Now I do film right in front of my window, so I don't use any lighting really apart from this light here, which doesn't really do too much. It's just good for me when I'm working in the dark. I don't really use much lighting. I just use the natural lighting, and then I use my phone as the camera. So there's no technical equipment being used. There's no cameras, there's no lighting. It's just what you've got. So anyone can do that. It's just taking the time to do it. The more you do it, the better it will be. I've been doing this for 5 years now, just on my business. So if you look back on my TikTok, you can see videos from 5 years ago. They're not quite as good as they are now. So be easy on yourself as well. Give yourself time to learn and give yourself time to actually figure it out, because it's not as easy as some people make it out. For YouTube, it is different. I do use a camera for YouTube. Again, I'm using natural lighting, but this is quite a good camera that I upgraded to. Originally, I was using a GoPro that I already had, and I hated the quality of it because in my room when it gets dark the quality was not very good. So I got pickpocketed in London, and I ended up treating myself to a camera. I was so angry. I thought, right, that's it, I'm getting myself a camera. So that is why I've got a camera, but I also wanted to invest in YouTube, so it's a little bit different. But if you've got a camera, you can also use your phone. You can use your phone no problem for YouTube. Put it on the side, film your YouTube video, and then I upload it on CapCut on my computer. So I'm using the same platform, which is why I pay for it because I use it every day. So I use CapCut on my computer, I edit the video down, and I do the same again. I upload it onto YouTube, and then I make my thumbnail on Canva, which is a really good platform for making thumbnails, for making anything for your business, really. I really enjoy using it. Again, I do pay for Canva as well, but it's because I use it so often. One thing I think is really important when posting social media or using social media is building a community. A lot of people struggle with this. It's taken me a long time to build the community that I have now, and I'm very grateful for everyone that's in it. I have a really, really nice community full of women, small business owners, parents, just really nice group of people that are just always there supporting. They always watch my videos, they're always in my lives, they're always ordering or there for the new collection, or just supporting in any sort of way, which I'm really grateful for. Good way of building a community. Now, it takes time. Go live on TikTok. Just try it. Honestly, at the beginning, when I first started doing it, probably 2-3 years ago, I had one person in there. Okay, one person, I didn't know them, but they come back every time, and I was really grateful for that. And then it got to 2 people. So there were 2 people that were always in my lives, but I would always do it, and I would be embarrassed going on there because I'd be thinking there's no one here. But I would sit there and I'd make earrings and I'd chat about whatever, and I would just spend the time doing it. And I truly believed that if I just carry on, it could do well. And fortunately, it did do well. And now I get an average viewers of sometimes between like 40 and 80 people on a live. But the good thing about going on live on TikTok is that you never know when your video is going to get pushed out. You don't know who's going to come into your live, and that could be your new regular customer. You just don't know. So it's really worth going live. I go live once a week, every Friday at 7 p.m. on TikTok. Everybody knows that is my one day that I will go live. Maybe I'll go live during the week in other times. Depends what I'm doing. If I'm busy, if I've got earrings to make, that I might just sit down and chill and talk to people. But what I am doing is definitely on live on a Friday. It's nerve-wracking at first, but you do get used to it, and it's okay. And you got to remember that you're in control, so you can turn it off at any time and it doesn't matter. Now, another good reason for creating content online is that eventually you could start making money through it. So recently I have just started making money through YouTube. I've been doing it just over a year, and it was probably about 4 or 5 months ago I started making money through it. The money is just a bit of a bonus on the side, but all that money does just go towards my business with stocking up and with just general funds for the business in general. Running a business is pricey. I've already told you 2 things that I'm paying for a month, and that's CapCut and Canva. So there's so many things that come as a cost running a business, and that extra money just helps towards that. I also get paid for videos on TikTok, so they do need to be over a minute long. You need to have 10k followers, you need to have received 100,000 views in the last 30 days, and your videos need to reach a certain amount of views in order to get money. So there are lots of criteria. It's not as easy as just uploading a video and getting paid for it. There's a lot of criteria. A lot of my videos I don't get paid for. Some of them I've got a lot of money for. It just completely varies. If you get loads of views and you've got your videos over 1 minute, you could get a serious amount of money. I haven't as of yet, but I'm hopeful, okay? I'm hopeful. But you just never know when that's going to happen. You don't know what video is going to blow up, and that could pay your bills for the next 6 months. You just don't know. So that is an additional perk later on in the future if you've just started social media. It is something that you could work towards, which is, again, extra funds for your business. And all I would say is when you post, don't be hard on yourself. Don't chase the views. Just give yourself time. Give yourself time to grow. Sometimes I get no views on a video and it still annoys me, but I really try to not let it bother me. I try to just think, it is what it is. It's out of my control. I think it's a good video, hence why I posted it. If other people don't, then that's fine, you know, and you just work on the next one. Don't dwell on it, just move on to the next one. It doesn't matter. If you think I've missed anything from this video, please comment down below. Ask as many questions as you want. I never miss any comments. If you ever ask for specific videos, I do go through my comments to make the videos. So some of your comments, like someone commented that they have a emetophobia and they're scared to get pregnant. So I did a whole video on it, but I actually forgot to tell her, so I need to comment back to her comment and let her know the video's now up. But I do listen to your comments, and a lot of my videos are based on your comments. So let me know if there are any videos you want to see. If you want me to talk even more about social media, if you want to see more of the editing behind the scenes, or if there's anything in general that you think I might have missed out, or you want me to focus on a certain social media more, if you want me to go through exactly how to go live, what to do, just let me know and I will try and help as much as I can, because that is what I'm here for. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I do have a polymer clay shop. I've got my strawberries in today. If you like polymer clay earrings, I would highly recommend visiting my shop. It's charrings.com. Christmas is coming up, so there's some good stuff coming. November the 3rd is our Christmas launch, so put that one in your diaries because it's an exciting time. Also, if you are a small business and you do polymer clay earrings, or you're looking into getting into polymer clay earrings, I do actually have a polymer clay guide on my website. So it's on my website, charrings.com, and it's over 20 pages packed full of all the information you will ever need to start a polymer clay business, or just to make polymer clay in general. You don't need to have a business in order to buy it. It just gives you tips on the best places to buy clay, the differences in different clay brands and stuff. It goes through conditioning your clay, how to bake the earrings, the jewelry findings that you could use. It also has links to everything that I personally use, so you can use the same thing. I even go through my top tips, troubleshooting any issues you'll come across with clay. I go through each one and how to fix them. There's so much involved in that guide, and I spent months creating it to make sure it was perfect. So hopefully, if any of you do end up purchasing it, you'll find it really useful. I've had some amazing feedback so far and people are really enjoying it, so hopefully you will too. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you're not already. Trying to get to 6k subs by the end of the year. What's it's not bothered entertaining you? He got bored of that real quick, didn't he? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.